My name is Olalika Mandela, and it's nice to have you here, Miss Antonia. How are you doing today? I don't know how to pronounce your name very well. I just know how to pronounce Logan. So please,
Okay,
can you tell me your name, what you do, who you are? The listeners would like to meet you.
perfect. First off, thanks for having me. My name is Antoinette Logan. I am the CEO and founder of the AIM Agency. We're a creative agency that focuses on brand development and lead generation strategies. We take our
Wow.
clients from idea to brand, brand to business, business to elevation and profits, pretty much meeting them where they are to help them achieve their next level business goals. And I am also the visionary and founder of the Iconic Speakers Network, where we help you globally expand your brand in as little as 90 days, utilizing our PPP strategies without hiring a publicist or leaving your home if you don't want to.
Wow, that's impressive. So you seems to have so many things doing at the same time. What led to these establishment, or what led to these complaints? You have network of speakers, you have a lead generation firm and all of those things. So what led to it? Because I have always known you. I followed you on Facebook and I have known you to be a speaker. So what led to the other things that comes along with it?
Well, with branding, I already had a lot of experiences working with different companies. I used to be a entertainer, rapper, and singer, and that's where I really got my hands wet with partnering with businesses where I had one company who gave me clothes to wear and co-branded the items with my company name and things of that nature. And then I slowly transitioned completely into corporate branding where I work with lots of different companies like Google and Facebook and different companies on the brand ambassador side of things and worked my way up with different companies on different levels of branding and marketing that also led into the sales aspect and eventually started my own business doing such. The Iconic Speakers Network recently came about in July because I myself was speaking. I had spoke on more than 300 stages in less than 90 days. And
Wow.
everybody was asking like, "Hey, you have other speakers?" And I'm like, "Look, you not paying me to book them, they not paying me to book them, I got to stay focused." So I said
Yeah.
I'll create a place where they can come and connect with each other freely, of course, and just network and make it happen. But I saw that there was things that needed to also be added into that. First off, a lot of the speakers didn't have the things that they needed to be seen and recognized the way they wanted to. And then there were others that just didn't know exactly how to connect with event organizers. And then there were some
Yeah.
that were doing their thing, but they like, "Hey, I want more exposure. What else can you do?" And then I had all this experience. So I took everything that I had prior to being a business owner, like throughout my journey, and what I've learned being a business owner and working with these different companies. And I picked apart the things that matter most to public speakers, motivational speakers, and just people that are using speaking to push their business forward. And I put it all in one place. And now we have a full blown product, the Iconic Speakers Network, that you come in. If you're aspiring, you can go through the program and learn all the elements of public speaking and how to do it, what you need to have to be successful, effective, and impactful and transformative. Then we also have the other side for people who are not aspiring, but they are actually already moving and they just want to fine tune or get more exposure or need other resources. It's all right
Mm.
there. You cannot lose.
Wow, wow. I mean, that seems like a long journey because it seems you don't just start the whole process in a few years. You must have started a long time ago. So, I have some couple of questions before dive deep into what I have to ask now. From getting inspired from what you said, um, do you at any point in your life know that you will end up as a public speaker? I mean, it's not a full-time stuff. You still have other things doing with it, but have you at all thought that you will end up as a public speaker? Because most of the public speakers now, or most of the writers now, they never knew they are going to be paid for public speaking. They just know that one thing led them to it, and they ended up being paid for it, and influencing lives. So, do you at any point think you are going to get paid as a public speaker?
Absolutely. I actually have been paid to publicly speak many times way before now, even as a child, when I did like
Wow.
commercials and things like that. And I used to do plays and I would participate in things in the churches and things like that. So, yes.
Okay, so you've been speaking even right from a child. I mean, that's an achievement if you ask me, because it's not everybody that gets that opportunity to speak as a child, in such a platform. So another
Yeah.
question is, okay, you wanted to say something.
No, I was just saying, yeah, I'm very grateful that I have had lots of different experiences that play a major role in everything that I'm doing today.
Okay, now, um, from what you say that you've been engaging that you've been speaking since childhood, that means you've been engaging with audiences when you were little. So, can you tell me a technique that you use to engage live audience?
Tell you a what that I used.
Yeah, a technique that you use to engage live audience.
Authenticity is the technique that I use. I just genuinely
Authenticity.
share who I am, how I became.
Hmm. So what is your biggest challenge in the industry now? Sorry, I am focusing more on the public speaking aspect. This podcast is Write and Speak Better podcast. So I'm asking more of speaking part of your career. I'm so sorry, but I hope you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
Okay, so what is the biggest challenge in the public speaking industry that we have at the moment, and what are the major misconceptions about public speaking that you would like to address?
Mm, I'm trying to think. Uh, I don't know. I can't think of an answer for you fast enough. I'm kind of.
Well,
I'm just.
I feel it because
I
it has been flawless for you because you did it effortlessly, and you don't seem to have challenges with it. Because I personally, I have a friend who has the who stammers. He stammers a lot as a child and had to deal with a lot of bullying, a lot of stigmatization, a lot of discrimination because he couldn't express himself well. But he later turned out to be a transformational speaker at this moment. But while nobody knew, that was why I asked the previous question, that do you know when you were a child that you will end up being a public speaker, which you said yes. Many people do not know they will end up being a public speaker because of their experiences as a childhood. Like this, my friend, he stammers when he was still a toddler, and he never in his entire life thought he's going to end up being a transformational speaker, or is going to be engaging audience. But then life happens, and something happens, something led to another, and he's now a very good transformational speaker. So that's why I asked the question.
got you. I'm not gonna say that I knew I would only public speak, but because I did it, I already know. Like I used to be a singer and a rapper. I don't plan to end
Ooh.
up as a rapper, but I know for a fact that music will come back into my life over and over again at some point because all these gifts that are within me, they are within me and they are within me because they're meant to be used at some point.
So some of the skills you have coupled with your public speaking is your rap. Then you must have an idea of spoken words too.
Yep, I did that too. Poetry, I've written
Okay,
plays,
so
I've,
yes,
I've acted,
from the way you
radio,
speak, you
TV.
kind of from the way you speak, you kind of fit the profile, if you ask me, because the way you speak so effortlessly, that means what comes easy. Not everybody finds that easy.
True. True.
So, what would you say? A question for the listeners. For anyone looking to speak well, or looking to be a public speaker, or looking to be a poet, or looking to be a spoken artist, what soft skill would you, or hard skills would you recommend for them to flourish well in the field? Or what would be your Ashwan trick or hack to improve these people to speak well?
To focus on you and your authentic story. Once you focus on who you are and you can share it in an authentic and informative and outlined way, people can follow, understand, relate, and connect.
Okay, okay, please take that again. I want to get something clear.
Okay. What you say? Do what again?
Can you repeat yourself? I want to get a point. I'm writing down some stuff here, so I want to get the point you mentioned.
What did I say? Word for word. I'm one of those
No,
people who
good.
kind of got to be recording them all the time because I share as it come. It may not be the
Yes,
exact
yeah.
same words the
Yes,
next
it
time I
doesn't have
say.
to be. It doesn't have to be word for word. What I ask is, what is your Ashwan trick or act to improve people to speak well? Like, what is that?
Yeah, I would just say to be your authentic self. Just focus on being you.
Be authentic.
Yeah. And when you're comfortable with you and you can formulate you and express it in a way that is informative, they can understand, they can follow what you're saying, you know, you can connect with them, they can relate to you at that point.
Okay,
Like,
okay. I think I got that. I think I got that now. Now, open from what you said, talking about authenticity. So, are you saying those are the attributes every speaker or moderator should have? Apart from authenticity, is there any attribute every speaker should imbibe?
yes, I think every speaker should be authentic.
All right. All right. So, you mentioned that you've been speaking and you've been having some speaking engagement since you were a child. So, do you remember any specific scenario or situation where you wished you had done something differently?
Um, yes, I had a speaking engagement that was I was I was a empowerment and branding speaker. So I was really supposed to talk about business, but I ended up talking more on the empowerment side because I was emotionally connected to all the other speakers that went before me. So I wish I had stayed on target and spoke on what I was hired to speak about over
So,
being more.
so if you could switch back the hands of the clock, you will actually go back to make adjustments to that.
Yes.
So tell us about just just tell us about the we want to focus on the speaking aspect now. We know you've had a lot of experience, but talking about public speaking, we would like to know more about you, your brand, what you do. Do you have some event coming up? Do you have some programs coming up? Do you have some courses? Because we don't know who is listening to this podcast at this moment, and they might want to connect with you. Perhaps they want to learn public speaking or they want to ask some questions. So please tell us about yourself, what you do, and the likes.
Yes. So with the programs, the Iconic Speakers Network, we are launching that very, very soon. We do have the Iconic Speakers Directory, which is a free and private Facebook group. So you can look us up, Iconic Speakers Directory, and join us there. Be prepared to answer a few questions: who you are, what you speak about, email those, the normal stuff, and you'll gain access to that. And inside of there, we provide multiple speaking opportunities, brand expansion opportunities, and events and things of that nature. Um, I'm also helping people by providing tour development. We're basically taking you on a promo tour to promote your business, utilizing interviews and media and things like that. We would call it something like a virtual promotion tour, but it's all about you. We do that. It's a few different things that we offer, but most importantly, it's always best for us to connect with you and find out where you are in your journey so that we can help you achieve your next level business goal. Your next doesn't look like the next person's next. So that's with that part. Yeah, my brand is Ask Miss Logan literally because I could tell you 101 things that I do, have done, and can do. But the only thing that's going to matter to you is how I can literally help you with what you need help with. So I encourage
Mm.
anyone to directly connect with me on social media through my link tree. And if there's any type of question that you have, life or business, run it by me. And what I don't know, I'll find out and connect you to who you need to connect to so that you can get what you need.
Wow, that's impressive. Thank you so much, Miss Logan. I will definitely come to your DM to ask few questions because nobody is an island of knowledge, and I will use this opportunity to seize that. Um,
Yeah.
so what do you see? How do you see yourself in the next few years to come? Do you still see yourself in the space of public speaking, or something else might just come? Who knows?
Uh, well, I'm going to say that I think that eventually I'll probably be a much more, um, I'll probably be speaking much more in the next year, to the point that all of my programs and things will have a lot of less of me in it. Right now, I'm spearheading the Iconic Speakers Network, and I'm the main person of contact with it, but I don't see that being the case for long. Things are moving in an amazing and positive direction and very quickly. I mean, I could not ask for more. I am super grateful and appreciative for where we are and the position that we have as a brand and the connections that we have, the people that we are working with, the people we have partnered with, the members that we have that have joined us, the team that we're working with that help us make things happen. I mean, in every single aspect of what is going on in all areas of my life and business, there is no way to lose here. And it is all positive and great. So, all I can say is that I definitely think that I'll be speaking a whole lot more. I've already been, constantly speaking, but it's constantly going to keep growing. And all I want to do is help the people in the room, wherever room I'm at. I want to help those that are there that need what I
Uh,
got.
Wow, that looks like a long ride of a roller coaster, and I wish you the best, and we will always look forward to your success because
Thank you.
this is you, looking out for your fellow neighbor, helping humanity. So definitely, the universe is going to work good for you too. Thank you so much for putting this together.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Miss Logan, for honoring and Write and Speak Better podcast. We really do appreciate. Do you have anything you would like to say to our listeners before we call it a day?
I will say that it has been great. If you are someone that is looking to grow personally, I definitely would say check out my book. It starts with I. You can find out all the details about me. The book, it starts with I, the next one in the series, which is bundled in the same price for you get two for one. It's for pre-sale now. It starts with I, intentions, how to live an intentional life. Um, And any type of help that you may need, I am here and available. I'm Ask Miss Logan on all platforms, and my link tree is linktree.com/ask ASK Logan LOGAN.
Hmm. All right, listeners, for you that want to know more about Miss Logan, you can just search for Ask Miss Logan on any social media platform, and from there you can send a message about anything you wanted to know. Miss Logan, before we call it today, something popped into my mind now, and I wish I can just relate it to you. It's one of the things I got from a conference I went to last month. So I wanted to ask you, I wanted to put the question to you since you're a public speaker yourself. Do you think anybody can be a public speaker? I mean, talking about
Yes,
public speaking in
yes,
English from any race, public speaking in English from any race, from any country, from
yes,
any tongue,
yes,
and they will be able to engage any audience, any English speaking
yes,
audience.
yes.
Are you trying to
Any
say a Ghanaian public speaker can engage a British speaking citizens very well?
so you're saying if you're speaking two different languages, if you're speaking your language and they don't understand it?
No, no, no. What I'm speaking is, of course, okay. I know that is we have the plain English, we have the normal plain English speaking, and I don't know if you know this lady, Chimamanda Adichie. She is a Nigerian, and she probably speak fluently without mother tongue influence. But we have a lot of people, maybe Nigerians or Ghanaians, in which when they speak they tend to have mother tongue influence in, just interfering with their English. So I wanted to ask that as a public speaker, do you think these people with mother tongue influence can engage any English speaking audience, or they might need to go through some certain practice or some certain courses to align?
When it comes to the language part, I don't know. But do I think that any person can be a public speaker? Absolutely. When it comes to language, I don't know. I would say that's a question for a language expert or something. I don't know. I can't answer that because me myself, I feel that I can learn something from anybody in the world, even a kid. Do everybody else think that? I don't know. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I don't care if all I need to do is be able to understand what you're saying. You can learn something from a dog and they don't talk English.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Okay. I got
I
that.
don't like to I don't know cuz I think that if you're a person that has an open mind and you want to learn something, you'll figure out how to understand and communicate to learn what you're trying to learn. I would say. So I don't know if I
Yeah.
answered that question right or not. I mean,
Yes,
like
yes, 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 yes. You give it an idea. So, Miss Logan, when do you know that your speaking is actually performing better? I mean, what reaction do you get from, or let me put it this way, when do you know that you are actually doing the job? There's something we call doing the job in public speaking, where you are doing the speaking and people are actually comprehending and agreeing with what you're saying. So what indication from the audience do you get to understand that, oh, this is working? Is it nodding? Is it clapping? What is it?
well, it's all of that if you're talking about what you teach people. I'm one of those people that even though I know the normal way that people do things and what the most people are going to teach you, I don't always take those directions and strategies within my own business and my own self. Me personally, I'm not I'm not necessarily looking for the nod or the claps or any of that. What lets me know that I did the job is the response when the event is over or when I'm off that stage. That's when I know. That's what I'm looking for. I'm
Mm,
looking for
mm,
the response of people, what they're going to, how they were impacted, what they're going to say
mm.
to me after. Because what's
After the
happening,
event.
yeah, what's happening during the event is literally during the event. Like, I've been at a concert And because I was a rapper and because I know people know me and I know that they're going to be seeing how I respond to the other rappers, it's been times that I didn't like what I was hearing, but I nodded my head like it was good because I wanted to show support, but I didn't like the song. I would never play it once I walked out of there. I'm not listening to it on my personal time. So am I gonna go on their song and leave like positive comments? Like, I love this song. No, I'm not gonna do that. But I did nod my head while I was physically there. So that's what I mean. Like, you could
Yeah,
nod your
I
head in a
think I
moment and
understand
not
that.
liking it at all. But what about the person that I didn't see them nodding their head or I didn't see them doing anything? But before I walked out the door, as I'm walking out the door and they're at the end of the event, they grab me and they want to hug me. And now they're crying because they connected to my story and what I shared. And they want, you know what I'm saying? So I
Yes,
don't take the
I think what happened after the event is more important than what happened during the event.
I would say so. Yes. I guess that's fair to say. And then it could be according to the person too. Because if you're if you're in the mindset of wanting to see the reaction during your speech, then you're probably going to organize your speech in a way that gets you to see certain things. So if I start off my speech knowing that I want to see people nod their head and clap, I'm going to say things that is going to require them to interact with me in that way. I'm going to say, who else in here has felt da 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 da? And that's going to make me look for the head nods, right?
Yes,
But if
yeah.
I'm not looking for that, I may not have no part in my speech that asks for you to raise your hand or nod or clap. I may be providing you whatever I'm providing in a way that just requires you to listen with an open heart and mind and connect.
I think I got that
So,
part. I think I
yeah,
do.
so I think it depends on the individual. There
Yeah.
goes that I again. Remember, I told you it starts with I. Everything do. It literally starts with an I.
Wow, wow, impressive. I've learned something. Thank you so much, Miss Logan, for contributing your ideas, your beautiful ideas and your beautiful insight to that question. I'm really, really inspired. I'm really, really, really learned something. Thank you so much.
Thank you as
So
well.
yes, we don't want to make this podcast more than 40 minutes maximum. So we've spent almost 30 minutes doing the interview, and we still have the intro and the outro and some other things that are going to be added. So I would like to call it a day from here. Thank you so much, Miss Logan. Thank you so much. I am Olalika Mandela, and I am very happy to have you on this podcast. I hope if I call you again another time, if you're free, you will honor the invite.
Definitely reach out anytime. I appreciate you so much. It's been an amazing show. Thank you for having
Yeah,
me. It was an honor.
yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye bye.
It's been a long ride of a roller coaster. We have come to the end of this podcast. Thanks for listening to this podcast to the end. I hope you've gained something. My name still remains Olalik Mandela, Mandela of Nigeria and not of South Africa. If you would like to connect with me personally or join our WhatsApp writing family community at absolutely no fee, then do it to send me a message on my social media handles at Olalik Mandela on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, or TikTok, or click the link in the description below. Also, if you have any job offers or looking to collaborate with me or need some branding advice, please feel free to reach out to me via the link in the description or forward a mail to olalikamandela@gmail.com. I will try to respond within 24 hours. Please, I'm begging you, kindly share this podcast on WhatsApp, Instagram, and other social media platforms. It will really help this podcast grow and help the algorithm. Also, please try to give it a 5-star rating. And thank you so much. I love you. Till our next date on this podcast. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.